something you guys can look at while I just blab. So yeah, a friend of ours kind of got Bacon back into Gunpla, and then that kind of started off a whole chain reaction of everyone else kind of getting into Gunpla, and I was like, man, I need to look at what I have here because I know I have some unbuilt Gunpla kits, and I think in storage I have even more Gunpla stuff, but I had this one box at least, and I have another box of Fumina, Super Fumina, which is unbuilt, and I'm gonna get to that. But I got this one out because I was like, I remember this is one of the first model kits, Gunpla model kits that I bought. So let's take a quick look, and so inside isn't actually that model on the box. It's just a bunch of random stuff, as you can see here, including this, and I'm pretty sure that Goro got me this for my birthday one time, or Christmas, which is really cool. Bunch of um, Godzilla stuff, and I've actually discussed these random things over again, and it's actually going to be a YouTube video, so you guys can check out that YouTube video eventually when it gets put up. But this is a model that I bought as well, this one here, but he's busted up, unfortunately. He's totally busted up. I've only have the various parts for him and not everything I can find, but sadly he is all totaled up. And there's a bunch of random pieces, but I don't want to take it all out. So I was kind of bummed out because this is a model that was like, again, one of my first Gunpla models, but yeah, sadly he's all broken up. Jagdoga, I believe he's called, and you can see I didn't really do a great job putting it together as well because I was just a dumb kid at the time. So I was like, well, we're back into this hobby. Yesterday we went to a hobby store. Gonna get something new. Oh, there we go. I see that Nitrap has has posted the YouTube video. So we went to this hobby store. Nitrap ended up getting a Gunpla model, but I decided to get something that's not Gunpla because I was like, I don't know, I just wanted to get something different, and I got this. Specially security equipped Exoframe. Sorry for the glare. Affiliation Cerebus Security Services. SSEEX Cerebus Security Service version. Look at how many times they tell you this. Look at how many times they say this phrase. Specially security equipped. Specially security equipped Exoframe Cerebus Security Service version. SSEEX Cerebus. I don't even want to say it. Look, they keep on saying it. Armaments. An M2 Exo carbine. SSEEX Cerebus is an exoframe operated by the private military company Cerebus Security Services. They are equipped with an anti-submarine mortars. Okay? Look at that. Anti-submarine. This thing can take out submarines. Rotary cannons and air cushion attachments. Almost all digital communication device of the SSEEX are non-military commercial products in order to reduce costs. You see that? They're looking to reduce costs. Is that from District 9? No. It's not it's not from District 9. Although I could see why you'd think that, because it kind of has this kind of chunky militaristic kind of look. So this is actually not by Bandai. It's from Good Smile Company. And if you're aware of the Good Smile Company, they also make some really good toys, right? The Nendoroids, and what's the action figure line? They make some nice action figures. Is it Figma? So in recent years, I guess they've got into building model kits now. And this is from the show, which is a YouTube show called Obsolete. It says it here too. Sorry, can't really see it, but yeah, it says it's the show that it's from is called Obsolete, and it's created by, I want to say, Goro Orobuchi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but he's that guy that's known for uh, he's a writer and creator of shows who's known as like The Butcher or something like that, because like his shows, like the characters always end up dying or something. Uh, TGB, what gunpla did you sew? I got a call and interrupted the stream because I was watching Twitch on my phone. Oh, let me just quickly show that one. It was this guy. So the box was for this. The box was for this one. Fin Fano equipment type, V Gundam. This is very old, by the way. I got this like in the 90s or something. But the model inside were parts for the Jagdoga. Just this one here. I don't want to take out all the parts, but he's busted up, sadly. And I might have all the other parts, but they're kind of in storage in other places. So sadly, he's busted up. There's actually parts from other Gundams in that box, but yeah. Goro, Obsolete is on the Bandai Namco Arts channel? Hmm. Oh yeah. It's a YouTube. I know that it's like a YouTube show. The Butcher, that's what he's called. So let's take a look. So the box on the back has a bit more pictures of it. That's kind of different than a Gunpla box, right? Usually, oh, by the way, Night Trap, you can probably change this to like makers and crafting this category while we're doing this, if you can. Yeah, so usually the back of the box for Gunpla models, usually isn't it just like cardboard? So here we have a look at the model, an illustration as well as the actual model. And the main reason I was interested in getting this was because it kind of has a more militaristic, chunky, grimy feel to it than Gundam, which is more kind of like sleeker and fancier. I wanted something that looked a little chunkier and junkier, for lack of a better term. So that's why I ended up getting this model kit. And the other thing, because of its militaristic sort of aesthetic, I wanted to really kind of get into painting and doing weathering on this model. Do you know what I mean? Like really kind of using rust effects and chipping effects, because those are techniques that I've been watching on YouTube for a good while. But I haven't really had the opportunity to try that out on like a Warhammer model, right? Haven't really had the chance to do any kind of chipping on this thing, on these elder guys. But I think that might be fun to try. Do some really, really gnarly chipping and oil marks and stains and all sorts of stuff. And I'm also not planning on using this color scheme. I think I might make my own color scheme and really change things around. Mikazuki, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Night Trap, what's the title? Looking at plamo. Looking at not Gundams. Looking at a robot model kit. Let your creativity guide you. TGB. Oh, the MSN 03 Jagdoga. I'll have one day in your collection. Yeah, it's a really cool model. So again, as I said, that model was one of the first Gunpla model kits that I bought as a kid. And obviously, like at the time in Canada, like I didn't know anything about Gunpla or Gundam period. And actually it would take Bacon here to kind of sort of fill me in on what the heck it was that I was buying by like lending me tapes and in Japanese, and I didn't even understand Japanese. But yeah, that's mainly why I bought it, because it looked cool. So let's take a look at this instructions here. For the specially security equipped exoframe, specially security equipped, equipped, as they keep on saying to remind you. So there's decals here, just a couple, and we'll probably be using that. There's some instructions on how to use it. The instructions are primarily black and white. They're not in color. And yeah, much like building a gunpla kit, it's all in Japanese. So I don't think I had any problems really building kits, even though they were in Japanese. But now that I'm getting back into this, I'm hoping that I'll still understand how to do this. So one thing that's interesting about this range of models is that there's there's what's considered like a general frame, which you can kind of see here. Where's my pointing stick? Let's get one. This is like all building the general frame of the model kit. And there's a couple of other models in this range, and they all have the same plastic sprue or gate. They all come with this. It's all the same. So there's this female pilot, right? There's a female pilot and this body here, and all the kits have the same body, right? And then there's another sprue which will be a gate, which will be unique to the to this particular model. And I think that's kind of cool in the sense that like it kind of goes in line with this idea of these mass produced models. They're not really intended to be like a super unique character, right? They're supposed to be generic in some regards, right? So it makes sense that they'd have this general frame to get that mass produced look. Although what that means for me as a builder is that I'm not likely to buy another model like this, like from this range, if I don't really think I enjoyed the building experience, or just like one is enough. If so much of the build is going to be the same, then I think just one model is going to be enough. And again, this is all building, I think, the same general uh, unit here. But then as the instructions go on, you create this part here, which I think is going to be unique to this model, this particular model. And if you look at the range of this obsolete uh, line of models, they're supposed to come from different countries, right? And there's even like an Indian robot, like a mech suit from Pakistan or like India or something. And for some reason, he has ski poles. Like he has skis and poles, which I think is weird. But this one is supposed to be kind of like a private military corporation. Okay, and if you see here, this is the unique pilot, this model here. And so you can either use like the female pilot, which is like considered the general generic one, or this one here, which is unique for this kit. I think I might use the female one. I'm not sure. And I think there's only one gun for this model. That's kind of a bummer. I kind of want more guns, to be honest. But yeah, that's generally the instructions for this, and pretty cool. It looks pretty neat. I think that if I were to just have a criticism about this, just looking at it, and I haven't built it yet, is that I find the legs to be a little thin. Like the top is very chunky, which I like, but the legs seem kind of thin to me, and even the feet are so delicate and dainty. And I think that the actual physical model, that might become a very difficult part to like work with, and maybe it'll break and fall off just because it seems to be so small to support all the weight here. Ba, ba, ba. Bacon, Bandai has really stepped up with their game manuals. There's English as well as JP. Oh, that's actually really cool. That's really neat. I look forward to buying a Bandai kit in the future, because I'm sure that the actual instructions and the craftsmanship is really really just like you know far above the rest. Just in a class of its own. So I really don't know how the building experience of this model is going to be. I'm hoping that it'll be a good one. And the other thing I'll mention about this model, there's only three things here, and it's actually going to be a fairly small model. I think it's going to end up being pretty small. I was watching some reviews of this, and it sounded like it's something that's much smaller than a high grade, right? And if you look here, there's the pilot, right? If we take a look at the box, I think it'll show it on the box. Yeah. So if you take a look at the box, here's the pilot relative to the actual model, right? So the whole scale is very different from a Gundam, right? Where in Gundam, like the actual human would be like, coming up to like the ankles of a Gundam, or even smaller. This is something where it's actually, a human is going to be like coming up to the waist of this robot. So the whole scale is very different for this model. But as I said, the main reason bacon, so it's closer to something like Votoms. Yeah, and actually, I mentioned this to you on Messenger, but I was like, I bought this just because it looked cool. And then when I went home, I took a look and was like, oh, it's related to Votoms, but it's actually not. I did a little more research and it's not. So what that was when I was at the store, I saw that they have a crossover kit or something along those lines of obsolete X Votoms, right? I was very close to buying that one actually. And again, the construction would be very similar. Like it would have some of these frames would actually be like one or two of them would be actually the same, and then there'd be like one extra frame to make the Votom model more unique and more Votom-like. But and also the pilot had that like characteristic Votom like goggles and everything. And I was very close to buying that, but it was like $10 more or something. I was like, I don't really care that much, right? The main thing is I kind of just wanted something to build that was gonna be something to really mess around with painting and making it look weathered and messed up and everything. So that's the main plan with this. This might be a project for next month. We're very close to February, so this might be my next project once we finish up these Eldar guys this month. But yeah, that's just a quick look at specially security equipped Exoframe, specially security equipped Exoframe Service Security Service version, SSEEX Service Security Service version, Affiliation Service Security Services, armaments, blah 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 blah. Have any of you guys ever bought one of these obsolete or good smile models before? Any non Gundam or Namco Bandai models? If you've bought them before, how'd you like them? Let me know in the comments below.